Come ashore for wreck and ruin, havoc it brings, disease and drought. With killer breath he blows Mortasheen, a disease to strike the horses of this land. Of all the terrors of Scottish mythology, and we've covered many in this series so far, none reach the horrors of the Nuckelavee. This is a demon spirit of frightening malevolence. Its name comes from the Orcadian dialect, where Nuck is synonymous with the word for devil. Orcadian mythology can be characterised by tempestuous creatures of all shapes and sizes, but it is the Nuckelavee which stands out explicitly as an avatar of fear. The Nuckelavee is, at its core, an amphibious beast. Whilst its true water-based form is not recounted in its many legends, its land appearance is difficult to forget. The Nuckelavee appears as a petrifying amalgam of man and horse. The creature is a mutated centaur-like being, whose human figure protrudes from the horse's back instead of its fore. The body of this unnatural beast is skinless. It is said that just beneath its raw fleshy exterior can be seen black blood pumping wildly through yellow veins. With every movement the Nuckelavee makes, its twitching muscles can be seen writhing, sloshing and pulsating together. The man-like figure atop the creature appears misshapen and disproportionate. His head is enormous compared to his gory body, said to be up to 10 times larger, and rolls around uncontrollably under its own weight. His arms are elongated, and can reach down past his horse body all the way to the floor. On the legs of the horse section of the creature are webbed fin-like attachments, which evidence its water-spawned origins. The horse head bears a single fiery red eye, and its mouth gapes widely, much like a whale about to feast. From the mouth of the horse head spews a deadly black mist. The black mist was specifically said to be responsible for a horse-borne disease called Mortasheen. The mist destroys crops, causes epidemics, and is even said to be responsible for droughts. To the people of Orkney, the Nuckelavee was a horror that blighted their waking lives. Every day was an obstacle course of avoidance, an exercise in looking over their shoulders. Simply speaking the beast's name was instantly followed up by a prayer. They were so massively scared of this particular beast, it was commonly expected that the islands might just have to be abandoned. The basic reason for their deathly fear was because, unlike other Orkney creatures with mostly dual personalities and sometimes good traits, the Nuckelavee existed as a force of pure evil. Powerful, unstoppable, ever-present, and ever dangerous. The Nuckelavee lives only to bring disaster to the islanders of Orkney. This is a task for which he never lets up. He wanders freely across the lands, bringing as much misery and strife as he possibly can. There are actually two specific protections from the Nuckelavee. Firstly, this demonic centaur can be kept in check by the Mither the Sea, the Orcadian goddess of the summer seas. This deific being keeps the Nuckelavee restrained in the summer months, and is the only figure capable of halting his most violent rage. The other protection is, like a lot of other aquatic Orkney creatures, fresh water. To escape the Nuckelavee, it is advisable to cross over a stream, so that he cannot follow. Further to this, tales often speak of the Nuckelavee fleeing from seasonal rains brought about by the Mither the Sea. It is also a clear explanation as to why the Nuckelavee is intent on creating droughts. A documented first-hand interaction with the Nuckelavee comes from a man named Tamas. Tamas states that he first encountered the Nuckelavee on a deserted road thinking it an abandoned horse galloping aimlessly in his direction. As the creature got closer, Tamas started to see its disfigured looks. He was so shook with terror that he was unable to look away from it. Just as he expected death to take him, Tamas remembered that this beast is weak to fresh water, and he ran towards a nearby loch as his only hope. The Nuckelavee chased him, barely missing him with reaching strikes of his long arms. As Tamas rushed into the lake, he accidentally splashed the Nuckelavee, and it reared itself in fury, backing off from the edge of the water. Tamas leapt into the loch and swam to the opposite shore, escaping the clutches of death by the slimmest of margins. That's it, thanks for watching. Thanks again for supporting us here at Aspect History. Which creature do you think we should cover next? Let us know in the comments. As always, I've been Circle Strafe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Toodles!